Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we are doing a nice video about what you probably saw in the description. Let me get this sized up since for some reason OBS really hates the way the screen works. So, here's what you do to get probably the way to get into flying drones. You want to go to Google or Firefox or Safari, whatever you're using. Go to new tab. You want to type in DRL flight simulator. And DRL does stand for Drone Racing League. Don't worry about it. And should be this first one. I'll put the link in the description. It's called FPV Simulator, the Drone Racing League. So you want to click on that, right? It's gonna take you here. You'll know you're there because it'll be red. It'll say DRL, and it'll show a PS4 controller, a Xbox One, and most likely a specialized receiver for the drone. So don't worry about any of this, and also make sure it does say, do you have what it takes to be an FPV pilot, since if it doesn't say that, you're probably going to get a virus if you download it. So don't worry about the quick start guide. The release notes, I'm not even sure what that does. Then don't worry about that. So then if you're a Windows user, just press Windows download. Mac, do that, and it'll take about 3 minutes, and when you're done, like you saw, it'll pop up this. You want to go to drl.exe, extract all, extract, and it's going to take a couple seconds, so minimize that for you. And as we wait, grab a drink, something. I honestly don't have one. And yeah, we have about 5 seconds remaining. Yeah, alright. So it's going to extract it, it's going to show you this. You want to do that, run. It's going to run it, right? So it takes you here. It'll say exactly this. And if you go to, it doesn't say it, but on settings, usually if you're using the computer, it's WASD and the arrow keys. Pretty annoying. You're probably here getting into drone racing. I mean, not racing, just flying drones, right? So, like it showed on the, whatchamacallit, the website page, you could use an Xbox PS4 controller, or they have specialized receivers that connect to USB, so I honestly, they're for, like almost $200 to get the specialized receiver, so I'm just going to use the closest thing that I have, and I have it right down here, and I have an Xbox One controller, and it should work for the 360 and the PS3, I'm not sure, haven't tried it yet, but if you're using the one, if you want the cable, it's a mini USB, so if you use Android, then just use the charger for it, and it'll work just fine. So, you could plug into a computer, but if you have a specialized computer like me, just plug it in there. Then, make sure you take at least 10 seconds to plug it in. You'll hear that noise, and your controller will immediately turn on and rumble. And that's how you know you're connected. And, you could press A and everything move, so we want to go tutorial, no, that's for like newbies. And also, while I'm on the topic, your mouse, you can still move it. Move that all the way to the corner where you don't see it. Single player, you have two missions. You have the factory, which is basically like a factory warehouse, and you have Miami, which is I think the Dolphin Stadium. So I'm gonna pick Miami because it's more of what you're probably gonna want to do, since you want to be in extremely open fields and like nothing around. Just because you don't want to like break your drones. It's the purpose of this is learn how to fly a drone properly, and when you crash it, not have to spend up to a couple $100. Like mine, I had to totally replace it because I crashed it into I think it was like a curve. Yeah, a curve. So I got this, and I was like, hey, it's actually really good. So, if you're a noob like me, go to free fly mode. Do not go race mode because it's honestly quite hard. So, before you go, remember it's going to be extremely loud because that's how drones are. So, I'm just going to move around, make sure everything works fine. you're gonna notice that the graphics are actually probably really bad, but it's a free software by a company that's not that big, so don't expect too much. So you can just go to the top. You'll know you're at the right place because you have the Miami Stadium just with the drone racing over. I'm just going in circles because why not? If you want, you could turn. But I'm gonna, yeah, Miami. I'm gonna land it real fast. Gonna look down while doing it, make sure. Try to get right in the middle. Remember, this is called the FPV simulator because this is the first person, so they're expecting you to use first person, but really you're gonna be seeing it from like 3D corners, so you're gonna see it like in the sky. You won't see it like this. That's why the camera's all wiggly. It's harder to man. So, when you land, for some reason I don't know why, you have to hold this down to keep it down, but I'm gonna try and give you a slight way on how you use it. So you want to see how like this, the move up and move down, left, right. You want to see how much pressure you have to put on that to make it go high. So I'm just gonna let it go. It's gonna go up, and you do have to look up to look down and down to look up. It still confuses me, but you know what? Who cares? So, alright, so we're hovering, right? Just gonna move around, and this way, that's it. All you use is the controls. Then, let's say you're trying to become a photographer and you're using like a Phantom 4 or something. You want to take it up very high to get the stop, but take it up extremely slowly. On the Phantom, you also have the GPS, so I would do, if you're outside like this, I would do the take me home, which like guides you there instead of landing it, because I've not had great experience with that. So now we're all high. So now we're gonna land again. Want to look down while you're doing it. You want to make sure you're not going to hit anything, because that's the whole point of this. Not hitting anything, for you can actually go outside and fly a several $100 to $1,000 drone, and I have to replace it. Like, I'll show you mine in a minute. I'll show you one of mine. So let's just make sure we're on the field. And poof. That's how you land like a beauty. But just remember, if you're wearing headphones, it's gonna be loud, because every drone's loud. But to get out, you want to press the back button, which does that. It's gonna take you into a race for some reason. Don't know why. Then wait for this. On the keyboard, just press the escape button, and it'll take you out. If you do it on the keyboard while you're still in there, it'll still take you to the race. I don't know why it does that. So, hold on, let me grab the nearest receiver I have to me, which should be, yeah, right over here. So this is the receiver I have to use for one of my drones, because the way it works, you can't use any other ones. So, it's like this. You put your phone there, right? But if you're using the Xbox controller like me, just make sure of one thing. The Xbox controller, the thumbsticks are really stiff. These are nothing. Like, I'm barely touching it and moving it. Versus the Xbox, so if I do the same thing, it just doesn't move. So when you actually get your drone, get the thing, I would probably most likely play with this before you actually get the drone, because this is really stiff, and like the Xbox, everything comes back to the middle. This one does not. The left one does not. Only if you do it left to right, but up and down it'll stay there, and the right one will do it. Then you have the throttle and all that. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah. So that's basically it. And remember, the way the drone racing league works is that it's FPV. They're using the several thousands of dollar drone that they use for racing, so that's why it's probably much more faster and advanced. So, like, I don't use my expensive drone that often. I usually use this one because I got this for about 150. It's my Drone Media Vista, and there's actually a camera on here which I don't trust because it's on like little rubber feet, and I'm just scared it's gonna fall one day, just whoosh, break. But I did have another one that was my third drone, yeah, and I didn't have this yet, so I was still like, this was a couple months back, so I was still kind of newbie, and I broke it. So one way is that I got stuck up in the highest part of one tall ass tree for about 5 hours. Then, when so the pool I have is a wide open field, went there, got hit since it's gravel and, yours a gated fence, so it got hit there. Then, when I went to go take it outside, it didn't lift up, it just went like that for some reason, so that also jacked up the back propellers, but, luckily they gave me a brand new one for free, since they're sorry for me. It's quite nice of them, but, yeah. Just remember, if you're using this, if you hit anything, these right here, the propellers, especially these ones where they have the gears like this, they are extremely easy to break. Like, extremely easy to break. You won't see them break, but the people that fix them will. Like, it was this one on my other one that wasn't, spinning equal to the other ones. It was, like, lagging off. Not exactly the right word to use. So when I brought it in, if you looked, it was like hardly like a, I'm not even sure. Like, I would say centimeter, but not even. Several words under the centimeter that bent, and that did something. So yeah, let me put this back since I'm kind of crowding up my tiny desk. So that was basically the tutorial on how to get it and what to do. Just remember, drones nowadays, like, I have one that's not even, here. It's at my father's house, and it's a Horizon something, but it's like one of those nano drones that have the rings around it, so I recommend you go into, like, a warehouse or something, if you have connections, get in there, and grab one of those tiny drones like that with the ringed, cage so when you hit stuff, it's not open propellers like mine, and just get used to that. Then take it outside when there's no wind, because those tiny things, the wind will catch them in. Then once you got it down, get the open blades, and make sure it has a little weight to it, for the wind doesn't take it too much, and be very cautious because they're extremely expensive, most of them. But some you can get a deal on like that. It was like originally $250, and I got it $100 off at the drone store because I was like the first one in line. I was the first order. I know, kind of a drone geek, but this is just a hobby. But yeah, if you are using this, like I said, these are extremely stiffer than that. So when you actually get your first drone, just watch out. And before, like, when I went to Portland, which I actually have the vlog, which I did the 5-day vlog, but guess what? Everything got corrupted, except for like 3 things, so I can't really upload. But I saw this guy with I think it was DJI Inspiration, and you could tell he was a beginner since he was going up, ooh, down. don't get an expensive drone for your first time. Get one that's cheap and durable, and one you can get like training on. Once you're like into it, get a more expensive one. But the only reason I see people get more expensive because they have the GPS, all that, so they can move it and all that, and basically they don't even have to fly it. Learn how to fly one before you get one that flies itself. Like, I'm saving up for the Lily drone, which you probably never heard of, but it's a waterproof drone, and basically it's a self like flying drone. I can't speak. That has a little like watch that you have to wear. That's also waterproof, and you just throw it and it goes whoosh. It takes HD quality, but yeah. So if you're looking for a drone not too expensive and you want to use it outside and you are used to it, I would recommend the Drum Media Vista if you want the camera, which only does like 720 frames and 60. 720 by something. Not the best, and remember, always my phone use is always going to be a delay, so yeah. That's it. Do research. Don't just go crazy. And also, before I leave, you could go ahead and move that to your desktop. And you could rename it like I am too. Drone Sim. Oh, I spelled simulator so wrong. Just keep it at DRL. So yeah. Also, go ahead and move that just to keep it safe. Exit, and yeah. That's how you get a free drone, like, website / app that's really good and free, and how to get into flying drones. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment if this helped you, subscribe if this helped you, and yeah, this has been my video for today, which is probably going out around 10. Know that I still have to edit, and yeah, I will see you. What's today? Friday, Saturday, aka tomorrow. Bye-bye.